Okay. This is teaching your dog a default sit, which means just offering a sit on their own. Look at you. On her own without being cued. We want it to get to the point where your dog is just offering sits and the sit just comes so naturally, they just do it, even in times of stress. So when you're out on a walk and potentially are going to react to another dog, we want your dog to sit instead. Part of making your dog sit strong enough that you can use it in that situation is rewarding it a lot, but it's also your dog choosing to sit and then getting rewarded for it is a lot more powerful than you asking your dog to sit and getting rewarded for it. She's making a choice on her own and getting rewarded for it. So it's just like when you do a good deed on your own and then get rewarded for it. It makes you feel better. It's just more kind of empowering to make your own decisions and then to get rewarded for them. So part of it is that I have treats in my hands and my hands tend to hang out by my treat pouch. You don't want to do that. There we go. That's unintentionally cueing your dog to sit because humans standing in front of you with treats tends to mean sit or do something for me. So I'm waiting for her to sit, clicking or marking, throwing a treat. Wait for her to orient back to me. Sits, I click, and throw another treat. Sorry, I'm moving kind of slow. Go find it. I'm doing this in my front yard because I have 4 dogs in my house. So it's hard to do it anywhere else. Most dogs, you probably need to start this inside somewhere pretty boring where there's not a lot of distractions. You find it? Good girl. There, so I'm not sure if you can hear on the video, but there's a dog barking in the background. One of my dogs. Despite that distraction, Chloe was able to sit and focus on me. She's like, also, you keep saying that word over and over again. Get it. Take it. Okay. Next in class, we did a U-turn. Right, so Chloe is very chompy and will chomp treats out of my hand and bite me. So I use this. You can see it. It's probably backwards. It's called Churu. It is a squeezable, lickable treat. She really likes it, and it keeps her from biting my hands while we're walking. It's also good if your dog is little. It gives you a little bit more. Only problem is that in my hands. Alright, so I put the treat in my treat pouch for walking. She's still looking at me. She knows I have it. Stop. Click. Offer her the treat. Walk. Offer her the treat again. So that's a U-turn. I mean, probably your dog is going to be at least a little bit out in front of you. I don't know if Chloe will do that while I have treats, but walk in, stop, turn, offer her a treat, walk, offer her a treat. Then we drop some treat on the ground so you can try to find it. You find it all? We're walking, stop, click, offer her a treat to come with me. So humans are very verbal creatures. If you want to name this with a verbal cue, like U-turn, U-turn. You can. For your dog, dogs are very visual. For your dog, the cue is really just you stopping. That should be a cue to your dog that you're stopping, so they have to turn around and come follow you and come to you and go where you're going. Oh, come on, see if I can get you to look away from me or walk away from me. Let's go. Let's walk. Good girl. So she got a little bit in front of me, so that was a little bit better example. Let's try that one more time. Stop. Coming back to me? Yes, good girl. So I'm kind of using clicker as a marker that she's stopping. And it's also an interrupter and it's causing her to look back at me. Opportunity for reinforcement. Walking away from me, more opportunity for reinforcement. Or walking away, her coming with me. Alright. Hi, good girl. So hand target, which we did in week 1. Some more of. Again, Chloe's a chopper, so I tend to throw treats on the ground for her. That's hard when you're walking and doing the U-turn stuff, but but I mean, also if you're out just walking with your dog and there's grass, go find it. Sprinkle treats. It's gonna take her a second to look for those treats in the grass, which is good decompression for your dog. All that sniffing to distract her for things going on. I'll pick some of these up for you. Uh-oh, find it. Chloe, touch. Okay, come to front. So this is a behavior, both the U-turn and come to front are kind of like emergency behaviors, things that you can use if the dog is coming and you need to get your dog focusing on you, or in the case of the U-turn, just walking away from the trigger. Come to front we're also going to eventually use as a behavior for your dog to use instead of reacting. So it's just your dog coming to sit in front of you. What we're going to do is just walk along. So we're walking. I'm going to start walking backwards. As soon as she starts moving towards me, I'm going to click. You're probably not on the camera anymore. Find it. Alright, let's get back on the camera here. So I'm walking, start walking backwards. Click as she comes towards me. Then I'm going to click for her. Stationing in front of me, she's right in the middle of my legs. If I can get her a little bit close and sitting, that's even better. Dogs are very usually concerned about space and having space around them and space to do things. So this is probably as close as she's going to get. One of my dogs who does not care about space will get right up in between my legs. Chloe probably will not. And that's okay if your dog doesn't. What we want is her lined up in the middle of you, looking at you. And keep clicking for that and getting her treats. So being nice and not too. So good job. Alright, let's do that one more time. Walking. Hopefully she's gonna look away. Oh, there we go. Start walking backwards. I kind of wanted her to look away from me. So I started walking backwards. Go girl. See if I can get her to sit. So again, human, verbal. If you want to use a cue for this, you would say front or come to front. Dogs are very visual. Your dog will know that it's time to do this when you start walking backwards. So your dog's cue is you walking backwards. Yes, go girl. Let's try one more time. See if you can pay attention to other things. We're walking. Chloe's not going to pay attention to anything except for treat pouch. Backwards, click. Keep up. Good girl. Sit. And ask her to sit. And that's okay if you have to ask your dog to sit for the first maybe 1 or 2 practice sessions. Try to, by the time you get to like session 3 or 4, treat already. Kind of give your dog a second to think about it and see if they'll sit on their own. Okay. Walking. Start walking backwards. Good girl. And sit. Perfect. This is actually the first time that she's doing this particular skill. Good girl. One of the positives of having many dogs is I have many dogs who do videos. So walking. Start walking backwards. Click. I really stay off of her tree as I'm walking backwards. Sit. Click. And then position. With a little bit of practice, start kind of like looking up, look around. We want her just staying here because she is getting reinforced to stay here and learning to stay here. We don't want her to stay here because you're staring at her and using the pressure of your gaze to keep her in position. Because if I was asking her to do this and there was a reactive dog somewhere, I might be keeping an eye on that dog, and I want her just keeping an eye on me.